Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Please welcome my very special co host, Valerie from Illumination Portal. Hey, Val, how are you?
Hi, Jean. I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. And thank you for being back. Valerie is on my channel every month, and we like to have a little bit of a combination of a little bit of astrology, a little bit of what's going on in the energies today, and a little bit of reading. So we're just going to go with the flow and see where this takes us. But it's been such a wonderful day. I just had a show with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, and it was very high vibrational. Everybody was in such high spirits. It was beautiful, beautiful energy to read together with Allie.
Oh man, I missed it. I'm so sorry. I I was down a
There's
rabbit hole.
you had preparation work to do, Val. I understand that.
Well, it sounds like it's good. I'll go back and check it out. I love Valley. I love it. Love y'all together. Oh, look at all these beautiful souls already. Hi, guys. So
Yep.
nice.
So,
It's,
what is
well,
happening in your world for this Easter Sunday for you, Val?
I look at Easter as a rebirth, renewal, beginning of spring, Aries season, equinox. It's always based on the astrology, but I think Christianity did the first full moon after equinox was Easter or something. I'm not real sure.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how they lined it up, right? So they have Easter. It's based on Ostara, which is the equinox, and then we wait till that new. One of the quarters of the moon. I'm sorry, I don't really know it, but it's this whole month, right? This whole period from equinox on is spring. Aries rules the head. Aries wants to go. Aries is like, what are we doing? We were just came out of a deep sleep, from the winter time, and but we have eclipse season also. So eclipse season with the lunar eclipse that we just had, that one is about releasing. Keep releasing what doesn't serve you. Just let it keep going, because in fact today in 2 degrees will probably be a couple hours. The moon will be at 27 degrees galactic center. And I use that time period every month for re- further releasing. I do a lot for the Mother Earth and the toxins here. But you can release whatever you want into that galactic center. It's a huge space anomaly. Also, it's where the higher consciousness information is. So you can ask to receive. Well, how can I learn some more of my gifts? Can you give me some ideas about this and that? It's really cool. And that'll go on probably for the rest of the night. So definitely feel it out, see what it feels like. Because if you like that, it's a good way to track astrology to start with, is tracking the moon cycles, and it's like 2.5 days, pretty much each moon, and you see how you feel. Feel into it. How does it feel? Like the last 2 days. Well, not yesterday was Sagittarius. 2 days before that, we did have a lot of solar flares also, but it was Scorpio moon. That's also good to release, good to get some stuff to the bottom of things, dig it up, get it out. Um, so we have this few day period, but each moon does something. It does that planet, that sign's attributes. So you can always go into, again with Scorpio, they're brilliant. You could do a lot of good research under Scorpio too. Same with Sagittarius, higher learning. It's just really cool. You do that for about 30 days, track the moons, and see how you feel after that, because you will know a lot. You'll really
wow.
learn a lot. Yeah,
Wow,
it's
and you can tell the difference in the ebb and flow, and I know a lot of people when they ask
cool.
me questions, they say, "Jean, something happened to my mojo. I was getting downloads and I was being directed by my angels and my guides, and now nothing. I feel nothing for the last 2
Yeah.
weeks. What's going on? I feel nothing." And I understand that there's ebbs and flows, but there's also astrological lineups. There's astrological movements that are dictate the energies when
Yeah.
things flow in and not and they don't. But that would be fascinating to study the different moons and the different um, signs and
Mhm.
different energies and see how that affects you, because it's not only the moon, it's not only the particular planets. It pertains to you and your chart. And we can really get into the nitty-gritty and chart out our everyday. And I bet you there are some astrologers that do that. They
Mhm.
say, okay, I'll have my doctor appointment on this day and I'll go for a jog on this day, and just plan out their weeks depending on where the energies fall.
It's true. I do that a lot with certain things. Like I'm at home most of the time, so I love doing this. I love coming and hanging out with everybody and Jean and Allie and everyone. But if I have to go out, I have to prepare, and it takes me a minute to settle into the fact that I've even got to go out. My guides tell me, for me, it's not time for me to go out yet. So it's not a fear thing, and I don't want to make it sound like that. I'm really thinking I just love being at home, there's no excuse. But yeah, I do that. But I want to touch on what you were saying about when a client says, I was getting all these downloads and now I don't get anything. Now I'm not hearing anything. It's because we need the integration time. You have to take the time to integrate all that we're receiving a lot of high vibrational information. And when you catch it and you can feel it just coming in, and write it down, take note, really let it like marinate in you. It's the same if you do the moons, if you follow the moon. How does it make you feel when we're in Aries? And or just go through each sign and go, you'll know the next time how you felt, what it felt like. The moon rules emotions. So it's how do I feel? And we all pretty much know what that's like every day to wake up and go, I'm not feeling real good, or I feel fantastic. Or, so it's a cool way to track it.
And you have
Um,
a show with Diana Bowles that you do follow the moon. You follow the new moons and the full moons, and you
yeah.
talk about the energies that are happening around that each time you do a show. But it is a really good introduction and a way for you to begin the understanding. And I'm your apprentice, and this is my way of beginning my understanding of doing of all of the signs and what they mean and what I feel like during each full and new moon in each sign. But I'm learning it as I'm experiencing it, and I'm very interested in it. But it is a big chunk of information. So even if you do a whole year of just getting to know the moons and
Mhm.
following the moon cycles, and that's one particular aspect, you'll get like a nice flavor about it. So I would recommend following Valerie and Diana Bowles on their introductions, and they talk about the newer full moon a little bit, and then talk about what's going on around it. So
Mhm.
it's very well rounded and a very informational show. So I enjoy it.
Thank you. I'm glad you're with us. Thank you so much, Jean. Um, I'll just say touch on it. Two more things. Tomorrow, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries. It's the first retrograde of the year, and that retrograde is not a bad thing. This does not mean anything bad is going to happen to anybody. What they do is they actually bring us back to make sure we're going over the information, we're double checking something. Okay, you might have missed something you overlooked, or something you just didn't have that information. It just wasn't there yet. And this is always a good time. It's going to last 3 weeks till the 25th. And let it, in Aries, Aries could be a little hot headed, fire sign. So be conscious of how you speak to others. Try to be patient. Try to stay neutral. Don't get upset over things. I know that's easier said than done, because I can't even watch the news about things that gets me upset. But and it's Aries again. The rules the head. Like, okay, so think of the higher vibrational attributes of Aries, the crown chakra, bringing in higher information. Maybe track it. Track what happens to you these next 25 days, sorry, and see how that feels. It's good to do. I love doing experiments like that, just to see and each time it's going to be different, because it's not like I'm saying that's the end all be all, but it's really cool to see how you interact with the energies. And then, of course, all being built up, geared up to the uh, 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 new moon solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th. That's really, I'm so excited about that, just to see what happens. So we will be
It,
live on that day, Jean and Diana and I. And there's supposedly the Pons Brooks comet. They want to say the devil comet because to me, they want it to be fearful, but I call it the dragon comet because that's what I've been guided to say. And the dragon's wisdom is coming in. So if that comet comes in within that 4 minute space of time during an eclipse, it's spirit bringing in more information. So pay attention. What's going on with you this entire month? I would track it because it's so epic. It's never happened. 2017, it went across part of the United States. 2023, we had another wave, but we don't even get another eclipse over the United States until 2044. I think it is
wow.
2024. Yeah, 44. Like, that's visible for us.
Wow.
So really track what's going on with you this month, because this is huge. Well, the whole year is huge. I'm trying to track the year, but do it in chunks. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, so, but
Hmm.
it's a lot
So
going on.
Mercury is in retrograde, and Mercury, this is relates to information. Is that what it is, or technology?
Yes, but all information,
Okay,
all how
just
you receive it, how you speak it, all of it.
and the
Mercury.
confusion with information as well, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's where they like to say the retrograde part is scary, because there's confusion. Well, take your time. We know it's Aries season. It's in Aries on top of that. Um, take your time, listen in. Take your time to what you're hearing, and what you're looking up. Um, really honor, I'm still honoring myself. I'm not pushing myself into anything just yet. I'm waiting till after the eclipses to go further, but
Mhm.
go ahead.
So,
Sorry.
just I just have one more question about the Mercury. So, when it goes retrograde and it's going 15 degrees back, and then it turns around and comes 15 degrees forward, or is it
Right.
7 back and 7 forward? Is
Well,
it 15
I think he's at 27. He's going to go back. Yeah, he's at 27. He's going to go back to 15. So that's what, 12 degrees back.
Oh, okay.
So
215.
yeah. So when he comes out on the 25th, he'll be at 15 degrees.
I
Because
see.
then there's this part of the retrogrades that's called out of shadow. And that means once he gets back to 27 degrees, he's out of the whole thing, Mercury shadow. But I don't like to say that to people, because that makes the Mercury retrograde much longer than it is. And it's not scary, but we've probably all had things that didn't go right for us during a Mercury retrograde.
So whatever information came through in the past degrees when Mercury was going from 15 to 27 in Aries, it's going to go
Right.
back and review all that information. So we can
Right.
look back and do you know, can you tell how many days it took them to get to from 15 to
Um,
27?
it's probably going to take about, I would give it 10 days. What did I just say? No, see, I'm getting confused.
Hmm.
Because the
So
outer shadow
approximately,
is
like for the
25.
past
Yeah,
week and a half, approximately. Yeah.
yeah, like about 10 days. But you see, nothing. Okay, so let's go back to I have it actually. Let's go back to the lunar eclipse, right? Where was Mercury on that day? Here we go. There
Okay.
he was. Let's see where he was.
Good point.
Okay, now see, he was at 23 degrees. So that's only been,
2 weeks. No,
yeah, it's
no, it's the
only been
25th.
4
1 week.
degrees.
Hmm.
Yeah, so 1 week. So I'd go back at least 2.5 weeks. Yeah,
Hmm.
because he's flying. He's really going fast, and now he's going to slow down and go backwards, right? But and it's only an illusion. Like the planets don't go backwards. It's how it looks from our vantage point. It looks like it's going backwards, but it's not. So, and that's a whole level of physics that I wish I had a degree in. I don't.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Okay. So we have about 2.5 weeks. It's almost like to review what just happened in the past 2.5 weeks,
yeah,
and to you can utilize this time and make it beneficial for yourself if it's something. And just imagine if we've all had some high energy, some downloads, some inspirational thoughts and ideas in the past couple of weeks, and just think when you're saying, "Oh, I didn't get all that information. I wish I could go back and study that a little bit more or listen to that a
mhm,
little bit more." And the opportunity to have this information sort of reintroduced again, or maybe new information that you hadn't heard, and you're able to be there and hear it again. It's almost like we can frame things any way that we want. We can say, "Oh, our computers are going to break down," which is not going to happen. Or we could say, "This is going to work to our benefit and allow us to
yeah,
take the time that we need to listen to that information that we may have missed the first time around, or go back and revisit the information that we want to learn deeper." But it's all information, and it's all an amazing, just a new way to have an awareness and to consider Mercury and Aries and the information and the crown chakra. It's all connected. And
really.
take it with a grain of salt, and keep it in the back of your mind, and just be mindful and noticing these different things that are happening.
Yeah. Because it is fascinating. I mean, this year is epic. I can't say it enough. We haven't been in most of these aspects of these, anything with Pluto, brand new. Anything with, Mercury, okay? Mercury and Pluto met each other at 0 degree Aquarius is back in February, right? The last time that happened was 61 AD. I mean, to me, that's just like, I don't know what's going on. But, right, so now this is another important thing. If we are spiritually based, uh, heart centered, soul centered beings, right? Our mind and ego are to follow our heart, so this is another kind of thing which I think spirit is bringing in is like, really don't get into that ego, because Aries can be the ego that, on the lower vibration of it, narcissistic type. Don't get into that. Get in, try to just ask your heart, just sit for a second. What does my heart say? What would my heart prefer? um I still do that. It takes me, I've trained myself to follow my heart, but there are times where I get a little bit jolted too, and instead of asking my heart anything, I'm going with my ego. So it's about taking your time and, what would that the word patience, being patient with yourself, with the world, with others, because we're all in this new energy together. None of us have been here, and we're guiding each other home. We're helping each other remember who we are, what's going on. So take it slow.
Hmm. It is, and there's so many different aspects of this ascension or this
Mm,
evolution of humanity that we're all trying to grasp and to keep up with. But we all here are the way showers. We all here are the front runners, and we're all here experiencing it and analyzing it to the degree that we can understand it and sort of absorb it, so that we can be there for others when they come online or uh, come on board. So, what would you say? Do you? And I don't mean to put you on the spot. And anybody in the chat, I know we have some really high very educated and experienced individuals in the chat here. I've actually heard and I've actually experienced a little bit of dizziness and a little bit of vertigo. And
oh,
that's not me. I'm not susceptible to that kind of stuff. So I know it must be like extra energies, extra sort of
absolutely.
frequencies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
Absolutely. I've been getting very dizzy, and this has been going on. Well, every time the sun is in a solar maximum, it goes in and out of cycles for 11 years cycles. So when it's in the maximum, it's shooting off X class, M class, C class, X class. But it's usually mostly C and M, and they're here. But we've been having massive X class solar flares, and you can feel that. It'll literally knock you down, and it'll you just got to lay down. You feel disoriented. You feel dizzy. This has been happening to me a lot, and it's at the same time, and I don't want that to be a fearful thing, because what that sun is helping spirit do, it's spirit to me, everything spirit directed, helping to remove the blocks and the all the deep seated trauma, the deep seated pain and anguish, and it hits Mother Earth because if you think about look at it, for 26,000 years, there's been a lot of brutality on Mother Earth. So it's got to clear it out of the air, the water, the lands, the people, the souls, and all of life. And as it's doing that, it's bringing in higher downloads. It's bringing it in. It's bringing in information. So just relax. And this is another reason it's it, the guidance has been and is still take it easy, go slow. Don't push yourself. Let yourself acclimate to all of this. This is very new to and you got to think about this. It's taken just since 2012, let's say, for our bodies to sustain the level of frequency we can sustain now. It's got to go in slow increments because if it came all at once, it would kill most life here. So they're trying to do it at this softest spots that they can, but they know when there's higher. I guess they know them. I can see kind of what they're doing, but I couldn't explain it if I tried. And then as we as we acclimate more and more, and it is ramping up, it is going a lot faster than it did in 2012. It's about taking our time this year, especially this year. Try not to do anything. I mean, they say this over and over again. Follow your heart. Do what makes your heart smile. Do what makes you happy. Please try not to do anything or watch anything that is just going to bring your vibration down because it's being used against you. If you give your energy away to lower vibrations, that's what they do with it. Um,
So I was feeling, Val, and this is just intuitively that it may have something to do with inside of our inner ear, and I'm not sure if it's the water inner ear, or there's also a crystalline type of uh, material or organic crystals inside of our ear. Have you heard that before?
yeah,
And this is where we get attuned to the Earth's vibrations and things. And I feel as though whatever is coming in, and it could be just like light codes coming in, or it could be the part of the evolution or the increase in frequency and all of these astrological lineups and solar flares and happenings and weather events are adjusting and affecting these frequencies and light codes, I guess is what you, I don't know why but there's
Mhm.
something about the water and the crystal inside of our inner ear, which is causing us this dizziness. And we are kind of feeling the effects of the increased frequency or vibration around us. And so
Absolutely.
does that make sense to you?
Yes, it's called, and I don't know the actual name of it, but it is what helps us with our equilibrium and to maintain balance, like truly to be able to walk a straight line, maintain balance, right? That gets thrown off because there is like so much in us. And when you said crystal, the crystalline, um, a lot of this energy is igniting our cellular structure to crystalline structure to it's homo luminous is what I keep hearing. Homo,
Oh.
like all the cells are lighting up, right? So they're, but everything's got to like raise in frequency because our bodies, especially if you're 60 years old like me, my body's been here and was born here in a density, a third dimension that it was pretty easy to maneuver up until a certain point about 20 years ago. Then it was like, oh, I noticed there's a lot of different things going on. Um, but it's really cool when you see how spirit can, or does bring in that that energy in those slow increments. And there is the Schumann resonance too. That's the Earth's heartbeat. It's a
Hmm.
certain, it's usually at 7 or something, and I know that's been up to 60 for days. So between all of it, it's our bodies getting that, kind of getting our sea legs, right? Getting balanced in this new energy.
It's
It,
exciting. It's
it
exciting to
is.
live through this. It's exciting to be aware of it as we're living through it. And I think it's exciting to understand that it's really important for all of us to be kind to one another and to support one another and to be kind to ourselves and to take care of ourselves and really get the rest that we need. Make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you get the right nutrition and balance in your physical because there's all of these other um, factors that are affecting us. So we need to be in our highest, in our best self in order to deal or in order to acclimate to all of these different energies around us. Also, balancing the chakras. I recently was reintroduced to the chakras and the auric field and the sounds of the chakras, the hertz of the chakras, the colors of the chakras, the energy of the chakras. And I'm just really getting reminded to go back again and to balance these energies that are within our physical human body. Each one of us has these, and we're stewards of this energy because this energy is what is made of. We're made of like stardust, of the cosmos. I mean, this is within us as well. In the physical human body, there is this energy that is in there that we can all really take care of and pay attention to. Um,
Mhm.
it's amazing.
It is amazing. And we were talking earlier about there's new chakras that have come online. There's new the energy healers are using the chakra energy, the meridians, the Junosphere. She uses Jinsu Jits JSJ. I'm not even gonna try to say it right. And that's like tributaries of where your energy goes. It's just like there's layers of us, right? And the more that we get, uh, if you need a healing, please reach out to there's so many beautiful healers here. Or if you need a direction, with Sun Psychic Jean, she can read your all your records and call in your. She's a medium. I can help you with astrology, where your chart is leading you to. I mean, there's so much help available to us. This wasn't here. This wasn't like this like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Anybody that was looking for this stuff was considered, fringe and nuts normally. And so now it's just normal. because we know that we are all frequency. We're made of energy. We have different skills and abilities, and people are. It's really they're coming online. Jean came online. Her skills and abilities came online. She sought it out to make it to hone in on it and understand. It's just so cool.
Yeah,
And
and it's not just the spiritual community that it's affecting the greater community around you. And I think that they're just helping us to understand and to dissect it and to sort of acclimate and be the way showers for our community. And I don't mean that in an in any egoic sense. I'm just saying that um, you know, just imagine, the masses waking up. And you guys are all going to be there. Oh, I know what to tell you.
yeah,
It's yeah.
and that's going to be this year. A lot of that. It's a big awakening year, and that's why so many of you are ready to guide people. Or guide them in the right direction. All of us have some. It's we help each other remember
Mhm,
who
mhm.
we are.
Well, just as a recap, thank you very much for explaining that Mercury in retrograde, going through Aries, going back 2.5 weeks, coming back out, what to be on the watch for, and as well as the upcoming, everybody knows the solar eclipse. It's the new moon solar eclipse because of where the new moon is stationed and the sun. That's what causes the eclipse, and it's exciting. It's eventful, and it's not always the total eclipse isn't always seen here in this northern American hemisphere, I guess, or in this northern American continent. And and it's something that it's going to be shared by so many of us. Just remember that it's not just the spiritual community; it's going to be shared by so many in the masses. Talk about the
Yeah.
people. And it's just really a time to come together. It's really a time to elevate and support one another. And I just feel like, it is what you make of it, and I think it's really an opportunity to come together and to be supportive and to show what honoring each other's souls, each other's divinity, overall, and to pray for that same thing to happen across the nation here.
Yes. And that's just it, right? And I don't want anyone to view any of this as fearful. This isn't fearful. This is for our growth, humanity's growth. That's my God saying that. So
And it's exciting.
yeah, it is. It really is.
Mhm.
I love it.
So
I'm so excited.
it's
Sorry.
it's we're just about 30 minutes in, and I think it might be a good time to switch over to doing some readings.
Okay, let's do
And
it.
this is just a suggestion. We're not doing astrological or natal chart readings. I saw somebody had put in their birthday and things. That it usually takes about hour and a half to 2 hours. And Val is available for readings, and she'll put her email in the chat there, and I'll share it on my page as well.
Thank
If you want to contact Valerie for a your natal chart reading and to get to know where your planets are, so that it'll give you some information for the next couple of months moving forward, what to
you.
expect and what that means for you. And here's Val's email. And this is the way she does her readings. You just email her and she'll get back to you and let you know um, what the fee is, or if she's running any specials, and what her availability is coming up. And so, what I also would like to do is this is just really for fun, you guys. It's not anything that is going to tell you too much. And it's because I said, Val, let's do the sun sign, moon sign. She goes, that's only one little snippet. I said, I know, but it's just a way to have fun and to do some readings, because Valerie will tell me, well, if your sun sign is in Aries and your moon sign is in Scorpio and your rising sign is in Leo, and this, and this. And then I'll be like, okay, let me get a reading on that. And then I'll do it. It's so much fun. It's just a new way of getting to know your energies. And like, yeah, it's
I love how
wonderful.
you can do that. I mean, it is. It's very cool. Why can't my phone work? Okay. Wanted to see if we can.
So
Oh,
if you know your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign, if you not just your moon or just your sun sign, and we'll do just a couple of readings. We'll for the last half of the show or so, and
mhm.
we really appreciate everybody being here, everybody being together, being supportive, and I think that here Randy says Val is excellent. I had my chart done, plus totally awesome. Yeah, Val is not only just an astrologer; she's a psychic astrologer and an intuitive, and she can pick up on your energies, your spirit guides, and look in between the meanings of these things for you and give you a lot more. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, we have some.
So I'm
Okay.
just going to click on a couple, you guys, and it's really just luck of the draw here. And
Yeah.
we only have a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes. We only have about a half hour or so for the rest of
Yeah.
the day. We wanted to have some fun and shake up the just
Take
have
up the
some fun.
energy. Yeah. And I mean, and if you do have a question, let us know that too. If you want to, and we'll see what we got here. Okay, go ahead, G. Let's see what we
Hmm.
got. I'm going to use this Astro Codes deck too.
So
Man.
Randy is here. I'm just making
Okay,
sure.
now just let me say this about Randy. Okay, Aries Sun, we're in the Aries Sun. Libra Moon, very balanced. Okay, Aries, she wants to go, 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 but she considers others. She considers balance. The Aquarius rising is giving you that detached emotional edge where you don't get wrapped up. You know, you can let people be who they are. You don't have to change anybody. It's actually a very, I don't want to put that, fair, very fair. That Libra there, the Aquariuses are fair. The Aries, your Aries probably has you running around a lot, but everybody else there, your Libra moon and your Aquarius rising are going to keep you balanced out, and your Aquarius is an air sign, right? So it keeps um, you know how to research well. You know what information is for you and what isn't for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's beautiful, beautiful. Um, So Randy, what I'm picking up on you is definitely your Aries sun, and you have a way of being in charge without telling people what to do. You're almost more of a leader than you are somebody who's in charge. You're not someone to give people rules or instructions or directions. You're somebody who says, "Oh, watch me." And then everybody will be like, "Hey, she can do it. Let's do it." I feel
Yeah.
as though you have this leadership and this ability to um, go outside of your comfort zone and to sort of put on display what it means to be in a leadership position. And it may not be specifically leadership, but I think that the things that you do and the places that you go and the people that you meet might say, "Oh, yep, that's what she has. It's that
Mhm.
ability in her." And it's also a way for you to show all of us what it's like to be um, stepping outside of your comfort zone and taking your happiness and your joy into your own hands.
And you were right on the Aries that they are leaders. The cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, and Libra. You see how she has two of them in there? They are the signs that initiate. They do go first. They get that going on. So you do have that in there. Very good.
And I love your new dragon there, Randy. I don't know
And
if I noticed that.
huh.
And Christine Fryer says spot on. So you guys might know each other. So good. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let's go
Mhm.
with Maria. And she says, I'm a Scorpio sun, Gemini moon, and rising. So Gemini moon rising. Okay. Moon and rising. That's
Woo.
interesting. Mhm.
Your mind is very busy, but with that Scorpio sun is going to help you put your research, put what it is you're investigating or researching into into folders the way it should be. You have things lined up. You don't, because Scorpio isn't like, well, I'm not saying they're not messy, but they like to know their research, and it never ends. So you probably don't sleep well, or you've worked, you work at it to where you can tell yourself like your whatever it is you're working on and can put you to bed. You know what I mean? I got it all lined up. I got it. At least that's what I'm seeing. What do you see?
I see that there's two sides to Maria.
Yeah.
With the Gemini and the moon rising. I do see that there's a side of her that has the organization and the information organized. Yet there's another side of you that it's it's almost like you have times where this is important and that you can behave and act with that type of organization and diligence. But then there's other times where you just feel like it's not really. Or it's either that or in certain aspects of your life, like maybe in cooking or something, you may have all the information and all the organization, but when go out into the garden, it's a crazy mess, whatever it is. It's compartmentalized, in other words. Like
Yeah.
there's certain areas that you excel and have these qualities in, but there's other areas where it people would be like, she's not a Scorpio because look at her garden. And your garden's fine, I'm sure it is, but I'm just saying that it seems like there's a little bit of both going on, but you make sure that your Scorpio and your organization is in that most important, what's going to fulfill most of your desires in your life, is what I feel,
Well,
Maria.
you're really spot on with that, because the Gemini does have two sides. There's one group of you is on your research, on your knowing, you're looking things up, you're wanting to know. There's other part of you is kind of the gatekeeper of what gets put in that pile, what you're going to put your time and energy into. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, she is an expert researcher. Cool.
Hmm. Good.
It's
Isn't that interesting? Isn't
mhm.
that interesting? And I just have to say, I heard one time somebody wanted to know when I was doing a reading for a bachelorette party, and they wanted to know, when they were going to have babies and stuff like that, like this age group. And I said, I got a message from my spirit guides that your child is waiting for the astrological alignment that will most benefit them in their lifetime. And I thought, wow, I know that we wait to come in, but and one time I saw a baby, not a baby, but like a soul, doing double dutch. You know how the double dutch is going like this, but and then they were like sort of like doing the dance outside of the double dutch, just waiting for the alignment to come in where they could jump in, where it would be
Wow.
most beneficial. I love that image. I'll never forget that image, you guys.
I,
I love it. I love
I
it.
love
It's so
it. Thank you for sharing it. Oh my God. I can see us doing that. I can. I can see us doing that.
I know, and it's only because somebody of that age invited me or asked me to do a group reading for them, and that they were, they asked me I would never have imagined that. I mean, and to get that information, and to be, it's just really, it kind of completes the circle, and it makes so much sense to me.
Mm,
It's very exciting.
it does.
So Linda Ellison is a Scorpio sun sign, Cancer moon, and Capricorn rising. Very nice.
Mhm.
Thank you, Linda.
Yes. Hi, Linda. Okay, so your intuition and psychic abilities are really strong. You got the Capricorn rising there. The Capricorn wants to get, it's an earth sign, wants to get things done here. I don't have time to be psychic using my psychic intuitive abilities. I mean, you do it. You probably do it more than you know, but you take the earth side of you very seriously. Um, it, Capricorns are, again, a leader. They are the initiator. So I would say that's probably the stronger thing in you. But I'm, you know, working them all together. So you take that leadership, you use those psychic abilities and those intuitive abilities, being emotionally mature, because water signs are emotional, but you want to use the higher end of that. You're probably unstoppable like that. I would think.
Hmm. Wonderful. Thank you, Val. So,
You're
Linda, what I was getting for you is that you're not a task master, but you are task driven. You love to
welcome.
have tasks and you love to complete tasks and you love to organize your activities by tasks. You're not willy nilly. You're not, you're not like an Aries or like, no offense, Aries, but you're not like that. When I get to it is when I get to it. You're very much on task. You could be like a list maker and you really like to have projects. There's not anything that makes you do these tasks other than that you want to utilize your time effectively. And I feel as though sometimes, like when you do the tasks, like if you're doing the dishes and you're doing the dishes for a week or two and nobody's helping you do these dishes and everybody's just leaving their plate on the counter and you're like, okay, look, and it hurts you because you feel this is the Cancer moon. It hurts you that you're doing all of these tasks because and they say, well, you look like you're so happy doing it. Yeah, I'm happy, but it doesn't mean I want to do all of it. I want to be appreciated and supported. Like, at least make my bed if I'm going to do your dishes. Like, you need fairness, you need something give and take there. But I feel the emotional part of you is very endearing, Linda, and I feel the Capricorn rising in you is very much task oriented. But it's so wonderful, you guys. It's such a beautiful display, or just a chance. And we can go in and out of these things. Like when you were younger, you could
Yeah,
have had this, or when as you get older, more. You're not as sensitive, or you're not as worried about doing the dishes. You're like, I'll leave them there; they can do them later.
right.
It's so many different degrees. But this is just something for fun. This is just something to lighten everybody's energy, and this is just a new way of looking at ourselves. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
And that's true, Jean, what you said, and especially water signs. Well, it does take time to become emotionally mature in a lot of cases for a lot of people. But at the same time, say somebody's a lot of water, it takes them a long time to become, earthbound, the stability of, okay, I go to work, I pay my bills, I do this. A lot of water signs are like, it's kind of, it's interesting how we have, well, we are all 12 signs. Let me say that. This is just three of them, but still, it's the three main ones, and each of them assist each other to make us who we are. And there's no two alike, even with twins or multiple verse. So,
Yep, absolutely.
pretty
So,
cool.
Linda, let us know if that makes any sense for you. I'd like to know how you feel about that. I don't know if maybe she had a phone call or had to run. I didn't see any
Mm,
messages from her. Um, so, thank you very much, Linda, for your question. And let me
mm,
see who else I have here. We did Randy. So, hi, Vibin is here. And hi, Vibin. So nice to see you. Sun sign is Taurus. Moon sign is
mhm.
Capricorn. Rising is Aquarius.
My
Wow.
goodness. Now, see all that earth? She knows how to make things happen on, okay, on this plane of existence. Tauruses usually get their inspiration. Okay, let's use the Aries here. I'm sorry, the Aquarius as the air sign here. So that's your inspiration, your ideas coming in from your team, your spirit team coming in. Well, Taurus and Capricorn make that happen right away. They're going to get it done. Um, it, uh, you probably are very psychic. You, but I want to say you feel it. I don't know how to explain it. Like she's feeling it in her body and knowing inside of you. I would say that would be the earth signs giving you that. Aquarius is going to look outside the box, and they're going to bring you to all kinds of crazy rabbit holes. But that's what Aquarius does. It gets us to understand how there's more around us than meets the eye. So, and I think you're really skilled at that. Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
you're
So I
really good.
love that. I love that Taurus sun and the moon in Capricorn, and having that energy that's so very grounded, and to have the rising Aquarius is where you're. I feel as though, I know it's your rising, but I feel as though that's where you're headed, and you're headed towards this
Mhm.
information, this higher aspect of all of us. And I feel as though this what enables you to integrate the higher vibrational source, high vibin, into this earth. And you're one that is here to integrate and to embody this higher vibrational type of energies, and to be the light worker and the way shower here on earth. And you're very much earth based, earth realm, but you have this ability to make that connection to
Mhm.
much higher realms. And it's almost like the degrees are
Yeah.
almost opposite. And like, as much as you are able to connect to the higher realms, and the information in the universe, is as much as you can feel, taste, and understand, and listen, and smell the dirt, and the earth,
Mhm.
and the feeling of the vibration of Gaia. Like, you understand Gaia's spiritual aspect,
Yeah.
the spiritual aspects of earth. It's like, it's such a really beautiful combination there. So
It, it really is. It's really interesting.
yeah, I think
Very
it's
cool, Gene.
it's exciting, and
Mhm.
it can be challenging too, for
Mhm.
all of us. All right, very good. Thank you, High Vibin. And
That's about
Judith
it.
says she doesn't know her other ones, and that's okay, Judith. And we
Mhm.
understand that. So let's just see what we can find out for Judith with her being a Pisces sun. Maybe we'll do a little reading for her.
Let's see, Pisces sun. Okay, Pisces, you got to think, are the last sign of the zodiac. Aries is the first. So we get to Pisces. Pisces pretty much has gotten a lot of this. Each each of the other signs attributes understood, but they feel it, right? It's the vastness, the endless ocean, the endless space. Okay, it's Pisces. So when you have some, I always see them as very fair people, because you can see all different sides of any situation. Um, but I'm getting a real strong earth or fire vibe with you too. Like, you know how to get things done. You know, you have this you have this part of you that, yeah, I can see it all, but I got to get things done here, and that's what I'm feeling from you. Would
Mhm.
like to.
Well, so what I'm picking up from this, and just from my limited astrology education, is that the Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac, in the wheel there. And I feel that you have the responsibility of culminating all of the information for a lot of people. Like, you're the reliable one.
Mhm.
You're the one everybody comes to. You're the one who always has money in her purse, who always has gas in her car, who always is has like the blanket and the extra water, and emergency things. You always are prepared. You're almost like a Girl Scout, where you have like a safety pin in your purse. Like, you're always prepared. You're on the ready, and you understand like an awareness, and this energy of being responsible. You're the one in the family, you're the one at work, you're the one while you were growing up, you were the one helping your mom. All your other siblings were out having fun, and you're like, why am I the one? Because of the Pisces sun. So,
So
but mhm.
you're explaining exactly what I'm seeing. She's very responsible,
Yeah,
very. I
yeah.
would say
Hmm.
I can't wait for her to comment. Let us know how that was, Judith Anderson. Wow, that was pretty cool to see people. I
Actually,
love.
my sister is not Pisces sun, but my sister, we always tease her. You ever see that show called Price is Right? Oh, no, not
Mhm.
Price is Right. Let's Make a Deal or something, and the people in the
Yeah.
audience, they say, "Anybody have a comb or a penny that had 1987 on it, or something that they had to dig through your purse to be eligible to win or something."
Yeah.
Um, and we always tease her because she was a Girl Scout early on, and she's always so prepared. She always is the one that has the clean tissue, always the one who has aspirin, always the one who has a mint or gum. Like she's just and you're like, how do you, what do you spend? Stay up all night getting this stuff ready? Like I only have what I have in my pocket because of something else. But no,
Right.
Judith, you're the quintessential Girl Scout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
She.
she's still typing, but we'll give you some time, Judith.
Yeah.
Take your time. But I think she might be still typing. Yeah, the safety pin, Sal Roth. Yeah. See, I knew I got you there. See?
Yeah, some people got. I try to have a little bit of stuff in my purse, but I don't. I'm never gonna get prices right or let's make a deal
Yeah, yeah,
coordinated.
yeah. You won't be chosen, huh? Okay, so all right. Well, I'm sure she'll come around. I'm sure she'll come around. It takes a little while when you're typing.
Yeah.
So take your time, Judith. And I do have we're coming up on an hour here, and because of the holiday, we're gonna have to go soon, but let's see if we can't get one or two more in real quick there, Val.
Okay.
Um, so we have Watcher. Hi, Watcher. She said Leo Sun, Aquarius rising, and Sag moon.
Now, see, today is your moon. This is a good. Well, yesterday and today. So use this energy for that higher. You Sag just like to they aim higher, right? You got to think it's the centaur with the bow and arrow. It's like there's the way over there is the target, right? This is where I'm learning. So that's another thing with Sagittarius. You like to learn, you like to understand, and as a Sagittarius moon, you're not really overly emotional. You can understand like where everybody's coming from too. Again, with like Aquarius, so you have both of those in there because your Leo sun is your big heart. That's the one that gets triggered, like, oh my goodness, you see something sad or you care for others. But you can, of course, I think it affects all of us, but I think you can do that as you're being a neutral observer type person. uh, but again, you got brilliance in there with that Aquarius. And you got to think of this too. Aquarius and Leo are opposite on the wheel,
Oh,
right? On the chart. So they're vibing off each other. And it's a constant. A lot of astrologers say, well, that's an opposition and that's not good because they trigger each other. I don't see it like that. I see it as flowing the best of each other back and forth to each other. Now, yeah, the older we get, the better that is. Maybe as a child you don't see it, but I know a lot of kids who are, very, very put together, right? Understand things and just know things. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, you got that big sun. Look at it, and she's got that big smile, just like a Leo. Leo smile, just happy as can be. Leos are the happiest sign, I swear. But
that's
yeah, you
wonderful.
you do have the brilliance. You have the
Hmm. And the Aquarius has to do with the 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 general public or the greater good,
great. Mhm.
the collective consciousness there, Watcher. And it also has a little bit of the psychic and intuition in there with it as well. So that Aquarius rising and the Leo sun is the ground, is sort of like the ground and the spiritual. It's what is balancing you, and it's probably the reason why you're here now, is because
Mhm.
you have this awareness of the earth, and also the Aquarius in the sky, and the other realms and the spiritual sense. You have this
Mhm.
ability and to be balanced, and it's really a beautiful thing. And now your Sagittarius moon, I haven't had that class yet, but from what Val says, the moon is in Sagittarius right now, and you're not very emotional, so that's good. not outside,
Right.
excessively. Like you have a balance there. So
Yeah.
with your Leo and your Aquarius and your Sagittarius, I like that you're on purpose. You have it's almost like you have one image one way, and you have a life that is sort of expected and planned and organized and uneventful. And then you have this imagination and this creativity that is just really expansive, explosive, and is just knocking your socks off. And you're like, how can I be living this wonderful, expected life that, each Thursday you have meatloaf and you always do, always will, whatever it is. But then you have this amazing like dragon that comes in and helps you make the meatloaf. Like it's sort of like the best of both worlds, this really beautiful type
Mm,
of, and you have to question yourself because you're like, I know myself as this, but what is this other aspect of me? I just
right.
feel that you kind of go back and forth, go back and forth. It's lovely to see, and it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to have purple hair and wear antlers or anything, or have flowing, draping, chiffon dresses on.
Right.
It's not your exterior, but it may be, what your dragon is wearing. I don't know.
That's true. And see, there's that Aquarius, right? That Aquarius is gonna. Did I just see a dragon? Okay, there's a dragon here, and it that comes in, and the more that we open up, and okay, I know I'm not crazy. This is the fourth time I've seen it. Aquarius is going to help us keep raising up, raising up, raising up, and help us look past what we've been conditioned to believe this is all there was. So a lot of other parts of us. Okay, Leo's sun is all about the heart. They just want to help. They want to be there for others. They shine. They literally shine. You are the sun. So it's pretty cool. You got a nice combination, but they all are. See the what she put. Dragon is responsible for burning the meat. Yeah.
That's
See,
right.
dragons can't cook yet. I don't think.
That's
No,
amazing. That's amazing. And
that's
it's
pretty cool.
it's so beautiful that you are whimsical and organized and practical.
Mm,
It's the
yeah.
practicality and the whimsical balance between everything there, Watcher. So thank you very much for asking your question. Um, and I
Bye.
think oops, I hit that by accident. I was just trying to take
Okay.
that off. But thank you very much, everybody. And thank you, Val, for all of your expertise, for giving us this information in a way that we can understand it, and that Mercury in retrograde and the solar eclipse coming up. What is the day that you're going to be on next, and you're going to be talking about that? Is
Um,
there an event before that, or is it only on that day?
let's see. I'm on Wednesday night with Deanne Shieldbaden at 7. I'm on the 8th with you and Diana at 7. So those are the
Okay.
only 2 times this week coming up. And it's a lot to, I mean, this eclipse, I keep thinking I'm going to miss something of it when it's, it's so beautiful. The chart is beautiful. It's just, I want to cover all those bases. I don't think we'd probably be on for 4 hours if I tried to cover it all. So it's a long time, but
Hmm.
we probably will go a little longer if you're okay with it on the night of the eclipse, because we may even have a guest come and visit us.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice. Very
yeah. So,
nice. That is exciting. And if anybody is interested in getting a reading from Val, and what I mean by that is a natal chart astrology reading, along with the yep. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can show it to us.
oh, no, it's just a
It, mhm.
and I put the where the planets are. Okay, this is your chart, and then I put where the planets are the day of our reading, and that's on the outside. So it tells me where what's in store for you. Where are you going? What's the next few months look like for you? pretty cool. I love it. It's really cool reading.
It's
There,
it's a it's a
guides.
good guide. It's a good guide, and it gives us a lot of information about ourselves, about what's coming up, and what to expect. It's a good gauge. It's almost like a weather forecast. You know how weather forecasts. This is what happened the last time the wind came by, and they expect that to happen again, but it's not exact. Well, this is how, but it's an amazing way of getting to know more about our spiritual awakening, our spiritual awareness, and our, just a larger aspect of ourselves. Um, Hope that makes
So
sense. So
cool.
yeah, you can just email Val at loveucu11@gmail.com. And I am also available for private readings. If anybody would like a mediumship reading or a psychic reading or a spiritual sort of advising reading, help you along your way where you are. I am available for private readings. And I also do like 15-minute readings. Like if you just need a quick question, and I have availability coming up towards the later half of April. So if anybody is interested in a reading with me, please do just check out the sunpsychicgene.com and look around and see if there's something that you might want to take advantage of. So thank you, Heather, for being here. Randy, Care Bear, Christine, Maria, um, uh, Bora Bora, and Sharon Sipe. Thank you very much for everything. She's so sweet. She's saying, have a good day, big good night, or day or night. Big hugs. Happy Easter. How sweet is she? Thank you,
Aw.
Sharon Sipe, for
Here.
everything that you do. Mhm.
Yes. All of them.
And
Everybody
Leah
loves
is here. Hi, Vibin is here. JR, Jen, everybody. I'd love to go through and say hi to everybody. We just really appreciate you being here. And Lark Kemper. I just met Lark
me.
at the look. Sorry, put me in. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
just met I
Go
met
ahead.
Lark at the recent psychic fair that I was at last weekend. So it
Ah,
was really fun meeting everybody, a couple of our community members. But thank you again, Val, and thank you, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful Easter, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.
thank
Oh,
you.
I forgot one little thing. Bye
We
now.
love you.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.